Can you feel it when your mind don't got no limits and you won't stop?
Hello, I'm Josh and I'm here at Spindle magazine doing my quick fire questions. I feel like I've been like Harry Potter picking which house I'm going to be in. Can you describe your latest single Fire in 3 words? Ooh, okay. Let's say present, passionate, and energetic. You've worked with some amazing co-writers and producers such as Mark Hoppus and Ashton Irwin. What is the best thing you've learned from working with such big names? I think the best thing we've learned is, at the end of the day, every artist is different, you know, no matter their caliber with their, basically how far they've gotten in their career. It's just everyone has their own unique journey and their own sort of perspective they put out to the world. And to be able to tap into that and really kind of harness our own perspective with like a collaboration, it's really, really exciting. And I feel like with people like Mark Hoppus, you know, we've learned to really be raw and authentic, you know, stick true to what your message is and stick true to something that means something to you, whether it be, you know, a friendship or a loss or an anger or something that's really kind of defined your identity. And it was a similar thing with Ashton Irwin as well. We kept to our roots and we really spoke about our journey and spoke about the similarities with 2 journeys, be it that obviously 5 Seconds of Summer are a very big band, but it was so interesting to have 2 Australian bands with such very similar journeys coming up and growing, really. So yeah, it's really cool. Where did you get your inspiration for your new single? Inspiration kind of ebbs and flows. You know, it's a very present emotion, really. It kind of depends on what's going on around. You know, with Fire specifically, it was very much related to touring and really focused on what it's like to be on the road all the time. And, you know, when you're so focused on something physically, mentally, and spiritually, it kind of consumes every ounce of your identity to the point where you sacrifice a lot, whether it be relationships with your friends, family, or loved ones. And that's kind of where Fire comes from, really, that burning passion to succeed and pursue a dream and create something different. But at the same time, you acknowledge the sacrifice that comes along with it. What is your number 1 goal for 2019? Oh, that's hard because we have like a lot of like little milestones, lots of little goals that kind of culminate the whole year. But I guess one goal that's just been present through our entire career is to really just keep true to our message, you know, keep true to the why we started this band and why we've started like fallen into creating music, really, which is to inspire others to pursue something creative, you know, and pursue their happiness with every ounce of their being, whether it be you want to be a garbage man, you want to be an artist or whatever it is. If that's true to you and true to your soul, then you pursue that with every ounce of your humanity, really. And that's what we try and show to other people. How would you describe your sound? Yeah, that's an interesting one because our sound, again, like it's quite diverse and quite eclectic, especially because our influences range from a lot of different bands. You know, personally, I love things from Frank Sinatra to Slipknot to Rolling Stones to Jason Derulo to, you know, Cab Calloway. You know, it really is quite eclectic, but I feel like our sound, the things that kind of always stick true is that it's always energetic. You know, it's always got a rock element to it, even with the ballads sort of thing. You know, we try and have like a climactic point because, especially being as a vocalist, you know, I love being able to know when that climax in the song is about to hit, you know that big moment of expression or that big moment of really pouring out something raw to the people who are willing to listen. So I'd say very energetic, passionate, and I guess it's raw in the sense of our identity, that we're very vulnerable when it comes to our songwriting. What are the main things you couldn't live without on tour? Besides my bandmates and the incredible team that we get to tour with, honestly, it's a big thing. Body wash is huge. Like basic hygiene is so important, especially when you're in a van with like, you know, 6 other dudes for like 22 hours at a time sometimes. You know, the little things really, really add up. And honestly, reading and my journal are probably the 3 main things I couldn't live without on tour. If you could collaborate with any one person, who would it be? I get this question a lot and it's so hard because there's so many people I'd love to write with and so many minds I would like to tap into and put my own perspective with. But I guess one person who, I mean, they're not with us anymore, but I wish they were, would be Michael Jackson. I would love to collaborate with Michael Jackson just to basically tap into the complexity of his mind and his songwriting and the way he puts songs together, whether it be from a concept or really just sounds in general, the way that he create songs is really special. But a current artist that I'd really like to collaborate with would be, it's weird, it's a tie between like Travis Scott and and Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're just both really interesting minds, production-wise, concept-wise, and I feel like it'd just be a really exciting thing to learn from. How did it feel to have a Sellout headline tour across Australia and most of Europe? Honestly, it's probably the most humbling and rewarding experience to have ever, especially for our first headline tour, you know, because we have such a connection with the songs that we write, and to know that people we've never met or people that we may just briefly know on the other side of the world are willing to support us in every ounce of what we do. Like, we had people coming to sometimes 12 shows across the UK and Europe, and that sort of dedication and that sort of passion really inspires me as a human being to kind of do the best I can and be the best version of myself, because that's the least I can give the people that make our dream possible. Do you have any rituals you do as a band before performing? Yes, we have lots of weird things that we do. Some, like, there's one thing I can't mention, but what we do is we quote, I know it's weird, we quote School of Rock. So, like, you know, there's this scene in that movie where they do like the let's rock today, and we all do that with all of our hands, and then we hug and kiss, and then we do another thing that I can't mention because it's secret. But yeah, we have our pre-show rituals, which is, I don't know, it's a big part of being a band. Like, you want that, it's just a sense of brotherhood, and it's just, you know, having a routine before a show, especially because everything's so hectic throughout the day. I feel like it's just nice to bring it back home to something that you do ever since the beginning. So it's cool. All right, empty, done, all gone.